Welcome back to the Lance Wallnau Show. We're going to be doing a very special focus today with my team, Mercedes Sparks, my son Carl. And we're going to be examining, like I'm always into this level 10 thing, this Daniel idea that he prayed, that he sought God, and God made him 10 times smarter, 10 times superior to the wisest of the Babylonian, youth. And I looked up that word on, he had an excellent spirit. And I looked up the word excellent, and you know what it says? It's the word yatir. The word yatir means that which juts out higher than the horizon of others. It literally speaks to the peak of a mountain that is higher than other mountains. And as I meditated on that, thinking about my 7-mountain message, I said, oh God, you've got to give us those in the science and nutrition and technology and health and medical area who are going to be modern-day Daniels, who jut out higher, that have an excellent spirit, that can access that 10 times multiplier, because it's the anointing that makes the difference. And so that word for the excellent spirit literally refers to the anointing on a vessel of God that takes them beyond. By the way, the word mediocre is Latin for halfway up the mountain. That means when God demonstrates his way of doing something, the results are so good that the world looks mediocre by comparison. And with that thought in mind, I want to bring in a man who embodies this philosophy, Dr. Jordan Rubin from Ancient Nutrition. Jordan, it's good to see you again. I always affectionately refer to you as the Edison in the laboratory because you are perpetually teasing out and working on the mysteries of God's design from Genesis all the way to Ezekiel, hidden in the scriptures. Then you seek it out and turn it into a product that is consumable and blesses people. You prosper when you do that, but you're on top of this science, medical, technology mountain. And I'm always intrigued with the latest research you've got and what you've come up with for the people. So welcome to the show. What have you come up with now out of the God's garden over there?
A great new tagline called Beyond Mediocrity.
Yes, I love that.
Now, what's interesting, Lance, if we look at biblical art, or if we look, and I'm talking about paintings, I'm talking about statues, and I'm thinking of looking at the David in Florence, Italy. And I remember, as many people would comment, this guy, David, was, I wouldn't say a bodybuilder physique, but he was pretty ripped. You don't see a lot of overweight, heavy set or under-muscled biblical heroes. In fact, Abraham wasn't that young when he had to lead his family, not an army, but his family, to go rescue Lot and some of his family from the captivity based on losing a battle. So these men and women were strong. I was doing some research for a new book, Lance, and it appears to be that Jesus, during his 3 years of ministry, may have walked close to a marathon, 20 to 25 miles a day. And they documented that going from Capernaum to Bethany to Jerusalem, etc. What did that do? In combination, this level of fitness with a healthy diet caused our biblical ancestors and our ancestors from wherever they hail, mine are Europe, others are Africa, others are India, they had health in one particular organ, and we're calling it an organ that is the organ of longevity, and it's called muscle. And Lance, I believe that the research I'm seeing today shows that the best way to determine longevity is how much muscle you carry. Now, I want to be very clear. I'm not suggesting that bodybuilders live longer than other folks. I'm talking about healthy muscle within a certain range, because as we age, our muscle is literally being attacked, broken down, and destroyed. What used to be firm is now flabby. And I know we can joke about it. It has a lot to do with how we look in a mirror or the self-confidence we have. But at the end of the day, I believe that what you eat and how you move can determine the amount of muscle you carry, which means that as you age, you are more likely to be strong. Think about the causes of death that are frequent among the elderly: falls, breaks, imbalance, weakness. They're wiped out by pneumonia. Why? Because they didn't have that foundation, that muscle. Muscle has long been, I would say, relegated to vanity. But today, we're introducing what we would consider a true muscle-building protein that masquerades as a delicious shake that Lance just might take and make into a Ninja Creamy, which I'm learning about for the first time, because according to my kids, I'm not all that cool. And in fact, Lance, I saw a hat advertised online. I'm not ready to buy it yet, but it says, I'm old, but I'm cool old. But I'm not willing to admit to the old, but the cool part, I think I've got down pretty well.
I love that. I love that idea. And let's talk about this Ninja Creamy thing, because Mercedes got me into it with these Ninja Creamies. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to make some commercials for you. I'm going to bring people into my home and show them how I make delicious sorbets and ice cream out of healthy use of your product. I take your product and I mix it up and I put it into then I add a little bit of espresso, to be honest with you, and a few little things I sneak in there. But then I freeze it, and then we whip it up a day later. And the problem is, I'm only supposed to eat like part of it. Mm-hmm. That's where I got messed up. I'm eating the whole thing because it's so delicious.
Well,
but let's talk. I can eat the whole thing?
I mean, it depends on what you're mixing up. So like today, Jordan's here and he's brought us this fantastic whey protein powder. Now this would be perfect for the Ninja Creamy, because this you mix it up a little bit, you freeze it, then you could spin that and it could be a great chocolate or vanilla protein almost-esque ice cream. But that's what I wanted to say is like things like this, like products that Jordan brings, and then you mix a little bit of espresso in, maybe a half a banana. But anyways, I just wanted to bring it up.
Frozen banana, people, that's the secret sauce. Oh, I know I'm not supposed to do it. My wife is saying, what is this? We got more bananas. I'm freezing them and hiding them because I break off a little bit and stick it into my Jordan Ninja Creamy. Tell me something about this A2, though, because everything you do, Jordan, everybody else has it. I mean, I could go down the aisle and get whey protein, but you always do something unique. You never release a product till God gives you a secret ingredient that catalyzes and changes the alchemy of the whole product. What in the world? I'm looking at this now. I'm wondering, what is A2? Because I see A2 embedded into the product here. What is that?
I'm going to try to do this as quickly and succinctly as possible, but there are two types of protein in milk. There's casein or curd, and there's whey. Think Little Miss Muffet eating her curds and whey. Casein is the most dominant form of protein in dairy. There are two types of casein, or better known as beta casein. There's A1. Let's just say that it is bad. There is A2. Let's say it is good. And I'm going to tell you why in a moment. So many people who are dairy intolerant, some of them think they're lactose intolerant. Sometimes they believe they can't digest milk at all. Often, it is because the milk in America that come from the black and white cows you see on Chick-fil-A billboards contains A1 beta casein, which scientist Keith Woodford refers to as the devil in the milk. Think about this for a moment. When we're born, our only nourishment is mother's milk. In the Bible, the weaning age was 3 years of age. Now we make fun of moms who are nursing kids after 1 year of age. 3 years of age was the weaning age. We know that because of Isaac's age when he was weaned and Ishmael teasing him and all that other good stuff or bad stuff. A2 milk, A2 casein is found in mother's milk, goat milk, sheep milk, water buffalo milk, camel milk, yak milk. A1 is found in American cow's milk. Lance and team, I have had people who come over from other countries and say, I can't drink your milk in America, but I can drink it in Italy, or I could drink it in Africa. We think of the population groups in America that are dairy sensitive. Jewish people, people of Middle Eastern origin, Arabs, African descent, and Indian. It's because all of those people come from areas where they consumed A2 milk, just like Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob did. There's some kind of a mutation that happened, I believe, through selective breeding. American farms wanted the most milk they could get out of cows to push the system to an unhealthy way, and it ultimately resulted in a dangerous protein called the devil in the milk. For the first time, Ancient Nutrition is introducing a muscle-building, delicious-tasting whey protein that has only A2 beta-casein, that we source the milk from a friend of mine's farm in Northern California. They're amazing believers, and they have the most beautiful farmland right by the ocean. They're organic and regenerative. And this, combined with grass-fed whey protein, an amazing ingredient to help with joints, can help you with every serving build muscle. The way that you do that is a certain amino acid called leucine. Lance, this was a BCAA, or is a BCAA, which you asked about. When you consume a certain amount of leucine, 2,000 milligrams, which you get in one serving of Ancient Nutrition whey protein, your body begins to build muscle in what is called positive protein synthesis. So with every smoothie, shake, yogurt enhancement, or Ninja Creamy protein, you are starting to build muscle going against time, because every decade past 40, we lose muscle, and you are turning around your muscle health. And you'll be somebody who gets older with a strong grip, being able to climb stairs, or better yet, you can be like Caleb, who at 85 years of age said, I am stronger than I was 45 years ago, and prepared to slay the giants.
I am sold once again. So let me see if I've got this right. This whey protein is going to help me, because I'm at that age where I have to admit that I'm noticing the muscle is deteriorating. You know, I'm looking like a leaner, like I'm ready to, like an older Jewish guy going to Fort Lauderdale now to retire. And I'm saying, what's wrong with me? I don't, for one thing, I'm not doing any kind of exercise that is restoring or building it. And even if I did, I don't have the protein enhancement, and I'm leery and I'm nervous about taking these supplements that are in, you know, that young guys are taking and stuff, because I don't know what that's going to do with me, because I am older. But what you're saying to me is, this product, if I do this with my reasonable new exercise routine, am I going to have joint problems with this, or is this going to take care, is this going to mitigate or at least deal somewhat with the stress on my joints now that I'm starting to work out?
Well, it's a great question. We knew, Lance, that by giving you these 23 grams of whey and A2 protein, that you were going to be so excited you were going to start pushing it in the gym. So what we did was we added an ingredient that helps deal with post-exercise soreness, improve recovery, and joint health. What we like to say is reduction of joint pain due to overuse, which otherwise known as those of us who think we are still 18 again and can play full court basketball, pickleball, or push weights around in the gym. So the answer to your question, absolutely. Not only will this whey protein help to build muscle, it will also help to protect your joints. And I need to say this because your audience, Lance, loved our bone broth protein so much. The reason I love bone broth protein is because it provides proteins that build your connective tissue, your skin, hair, nails, joints, ligaments, tendons, and digestive tract. Guess what? Ancient Nutrition whey protein helps to build muscle. So you've got muscle building protein in whey protein, and connective tissue protein and bone broth protein and collagen. You can consume them together, and there's great research that just was published on that. And you can consume them separately, but make sure that you get enough muscle building protein and connective tissue building protein every day, because that will give you total body support And as I mentioned, you can mix them in one shaker smoothie or separate them, but they are both critical. They're like two complementary pieces to a puzzle. They have different amino acids. It's like a husband and a wife. They have different God-given functions as they become one. I mean it that consuming muscle-building protein and connective tissue protein is going to make a huge difference in your life.
All right,
every
on the
day.
day of the workout, though, I'm only going to do this 3 days a week. I'm not a fanatic. I mean, 3 days a week. Should I do this on the days that I'm doing the workout, before or after?
Actually, research shows that any time is fine, but traditional usage of protein would be within an hour after the workout. You want to make up a smoothie or a shake that gives you not only protein, but a good source of carbohydrates to repair your muscles and put back something called muscle glycogen. Basically, when you work out and exercise, you're emptying the tank. The liver is emptied of carbohydrates. It's a great time to put some good carbs back along with amazingly delicious protein. So that, Lance, this is where we get to the peanut butter added to the whey protein, to put some dairy, some healthy milk if you want to do it, or if you want to have some kind of juice, like make an orange creamsicle protein. There are so many delicious recipes you can find on the ancientnutrition.com website, where you /Lance and put in the code WHEY, WHEY.
ancientnutrition.com /Lance. Use the code WHEY because it's these 23 grams of clean protein. It's the unique A2 healthy milk protein concentrate sourced from cows. And these are cows raised without antibiotics. Plus, you have the BCAA branched chain amino acids I'm learning about. And all in all, this is actually going to reduce the joint discomfort after the workout and help facilitate the restoration. I didn't know that muscle starts to deteriorate after 40. I thought it was later. I must not have been paying attention as it was deteriorating. But we're going to be rebuilding it. Now, you don't have to settle for less if you take action. Right now, while we have the strength to do so, this muscle-building protein is going to be, in addition to the bone broth, in addition to the collagen strategy, I'm telling you, I see a new day beginning for many of you. ancientnutrition.com /Lance. Use the code WHEY. We have the vanilla protein. I just found it. Vanilla bean is in our office, just came in. And we have the chocolate. Carl's got the chocolate over there. I'll tell you what, and I'm going to do this Ninja Creamy thing. You guys are joking about it, but I'm telling you, after a workout, having an ice cream, this is like a dream. Only in heaven could you have ice cream after a workout and reward yourself. But with Ninja Creamies, I can have this with a little bit of peanut butter. Oh boy, it's an ice cream, and it's a healthy celebration. Who's going to join me in this? Do we have a word they could put in Facebook or an Instagram, Mercedes, if they want to get a hold of this?
If you put WHEY on Facebook or Instagram, we'll just go ahead and send you the link, but don't forget to use the promo code WHEY and save. So we'll just put WHEY in the comments. And I'll even do it if you spell it wrong. We'll do it so it works.
Mercedes, can we get Lance a gi and a black belt before he does his Ninja Creamy, and just maybe like a crane technique, something go?
I see like a Lance Ninja Creamy recipe opt-in that's coming. Like, get Lance's Ninja Creamy recipes, send your email. We could do something like that too.
Carl could hold a board and Lance could like kick right through it, or it could be like a board with the whey protein side on it.
I think you should come here, Jordan, or we can send Lance there, and Lance will teach you how to do it with all your products. I think that would be really fun. And then you could sample them. I haven't been
told I look like Ralph Macchio, the Karate Kid, so at least I used to look like him when I was.
There you go.
Well, I'm up for the crane technique.
The crane. There you go. Oh, I don't really think there's a reason to, but you do have chocolate peanut butter might be coming out later on. I mean, I'm letting you guys know that right now it's the chocolate and the vanilla, but I mean, I'm making the argument here. I want chocolate peanut butter there because you got the healthy peanut butter. I know you'll find some particular peanut that has some amino acids in it or something in it that is completely revolutionary. By the way, what's your favorite peanut? If we go to nuts, you're big on legumes. You teach me all these things. If you were to put a certain kind of peanut in here, what would be the perfect peanut to choose?
It's actually called the jungle peanut because it is much less allergenic and has not been as hybridized. It's not easy to put in a protein powder, but if you want to look up a jungle peanut, which is a little bit different than a traditional peanut here in the United States, that would be a good one. There's also some peanuts that actually have a thin skin that contains a compound in grapes called resveratrol. But these jungle peanuts are really good.
So you guys want to go to ancientnutrition.com. Let's bring it back up on the screen. /Lance. For those of you listening to the podcast, it's ancientnutrition.com/podcast. Make sure you use the code WHEY, WHEY. And you're going to be getting a big discount off of that. And you're going to be helping me too, so that I can have more of these research shows going on the air. And by the way, let's see. Oh, Instagram and Facebook. Right now, put in WHEY. We'll send the link to you. And you can join Lance on a future broadcast when I'm going to be actually sharing my Ninja Creamies, because I'm going to make them with probably the milk chocolate. I'm into the chocolate this week. Jordan, any final thoughts? Anyone on the panel here have any final questions or thoughts? Because we only got 1 minute and 30 seconds.
All right, well, let me tell you this. I've been giving my daughter, since we just got this whey protein, my 11-year-old daughter, a smoothie every morning using either vanilla or chocolate whey protein, some really healthy milk. I tell her it is going to make you strong, it's going to help you be in good shape, and it's going to boost your brain. And she agrees with that sometimes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe we're out of time. Why don't you go to ancientnutrition.com/Lance. All right, folks, listen, don't forget, you're either watching, put whey down in your Facebook and Instagram feed, because I love the way you guys, and write your comments. I read all your comments. Write your comments and your questions for Dr. Rubin. We'll have him back again. Thank you, Doc. We'll be looking forward to seeing you when you come up with another invention.
Excited to do it. God bless.
God bless.
Did you enjoy this latest episode? Please remember to share it with your friends, because the more knowledge you have, the better equipped you are to navigate the world.